Already we are discussing in signals and systems. Now I am writing that step signal. Already we are having to some small discussion about signal. Signal is defining, it is a physical quantity that can vary with any one of the independent variable like time, frequency and displacement. Now we are saying that the step signal. Step signal. According to definition of step signal, we are defining that. Here the step signal, we are giving the notation is U. Notation is U. For continuous time, you have to give the notation is small t. Small t. The function we are writing for a unit step signal. Unit step signal, its magnitude is 1. Its magnitude is 1 where t is greater than or equal to 0. T is greater than or equal to 0 and 0 for remaining all conditions. Remaining all conditions, the value is 0. What is the signal? The signal is a physical quantity. The signal is containing a physical quantity that can vary with any one of the independent variable like time, frequency and displacement. Now we are discussing the step signal. The step signal is unit step signal. Unit step signal. For unit step signal is having its magnitude is 1. Magnitude is 1. When after studying about the step signal, it is having that the magnitude is certain value. The value is only lying where time is equal to 0 and more than 0, not the values existing when after taking the negative values. Suppose if you have to take that magnitudes, you have to representing based on the values. The basic definition for step signal is this one. Now we are saying that what is the graphical representation for step signal. The step signal graphical representation, you have to mentioning it. Already you know that how to representing the signal in a two-dimensional. In this two-dimensional direction, in horizontal axis, we are having the vertical axis. In horizontal axis, you have to consider time parameter. That means a time notation is t. Time is notation is for continuous time signal is small t. In this vertical direction, we have to consider magnitude. That one is amplitude. Amplitude we are taken in terms of voltage or current or power. Here, you have to take that magnitude quantity is 1. First of all, you can form the scale on this vertical axis and horizontal axis. 0, 1, 2, 3, up to infinite. Up to infinite. In this vertical direction, you have to assign the values. Is 0.5, so 1, and is 1.5. 1.5. According to definition of step signal, I have to representing the step signal magnitude is 1. How to define and how we can representing the signal in this graph. Here, according to definition, its magnitude is 1. Magnitude is 1 where t value is equal to 0 and more than 0. That's why I have to take in that at t is equal to 0, its magnitude is 1. Magnitude is, so more than 0 is indication for 1, 2, 3 up to infinite. Up to infinite, that's why I'm taking that one straight line. One straight line. Its magnitude is 1. Magnitude is 1. This can be representing the step signal. The step signal is unit step signal. Suppose you are not taking that unit step signal. The step is having certain magnitude. The magnitude is 3. The magnitude is 3 where t is greater than or equal to 0. T is greater than or equal to 0. For remaining values, the value is 0. Value is 0. For this condition, have to representing the step signal. Have to consider same graphical orientation, x direction and y direction. In x direction, we have taken that the time t, and vertical direction we are also consider the magnitude. That one is a amplitude. Amplitude we are consider that. One is amplitude. Now you can representing the corresponding values. Here 0, 1, 2, 3 up to infinite. Up to infinite. In vertical direction, we have to take in that values 1, 2, 3. After that, you can assign into remaining values. Now you can representing the signal is step signal. The step magnitude is 3. Generally, you are listening the steps. How to and the steps? This one is one step. This one is a step. And next step is like this. Like steps we are writing like this. The same here we are representing the graphical orientation for a step signal. Its magnitude is 3 and t is equal to 0 and more than 0. More than 0 means the more than 0 means all positive values is with respect to time parameter. With respect to time parameter, the more values for each 0 is 1, 2, 3 up to infinite. That's why I am taking that. At 3, I am taking the magnitude is a constant line. Constant line. This one is a representation for step signal. Its magnitude is 3. Basically, how to representing the step signal is defining that it is having a constant magnitude when the time parameter is greater than or equal to 0. That one is the fundamental definition. Why I am defining the step signal? The step signal we have to representing in a probability distribution function. That's why I am explaining that the basic step signal. Now we are how to representing the probability distribution function. We are not using the random variable is discrete nature. Discrete nature. In last class we are discussing that. Here I am consider random variable capital X is discrete random variable. Discrete random variable. For discrete random variable, the probability distribution function is a capital P, capital D and capital F is indicating the probability distribution function. When I have taken that a discrete random variable, the probability distribution function, we are defining capital Fx of x is equal to capital Fx of x is equal to summation I is equal to 1 to n, I is equal to 1 to n, probability of x is equal to xi, x is equal to xi into u of x minus xi, u of x minus xi. Here the first quantity is representing the probability for events, and the second quantity is representing the step signal. Now you can simplify that one. The first term is the probability of x is equal to xi. You can replace it with is the probability of xi. For our simplicity, let the probability of x is equal to xi is equal to probability of xi. Probability of xi. Probability of xi. Now you can representing the basic definition. The summation I is equal to 1 to n. The probability of xi into u of x minus xi. U of x minus xi. This one is a fundamental representation when I have to take in the random variable is discrete random variable. Discrete random variable. This one is a formula. By using this formula, we are simplifying the number of problems based on the discrete random variable. Discrete random variable. Whenever to asking any problem, we can deciding the given problem is in a discrete random variable or a continuous random variable. Then you can decide which formula you can utilizing in this case. Here, this is a formula for discrete random variable probability distribution function. Now, we are going to discussing about probability density function. What is the probability density function? We are having one relation between the density function and distribution function. The fundamental relation between the density function and distribution function is the density function is obtaining the derivation of distribution function. The derivation of distribution function. First of all, the density function we are defining with the mathematical representation is small f suffix capital X of small x of small x. This one is a mathematical representation for probability density function. The probability density function we are defining on probability distribution. Already we know that probability distribution, the occupation of elements or a spreading of elements in a certain area is calling distribution. Here I am writing that elements. The elements spreading is representing the distribution. This entire one is distribution function. Here I am representing the capital P, capital D and capital F. This one is probability distribution function. Now you can identify, suppose you can finding that the probability density function, we can take a small quantity of area in that entire area. In that entire area I am taking a small quantity of area. This area can indicating how much of elements can be existing in this particular area. That can be representing in terms of words. We are calling that the probability density function. This one is I am writing P small d f, probability density function. Here you can mainly remember, you must have to some clarity about distribution and density. Whenever representing capital P, capital D and capital F, it is a function of probability distribution function. Suppose if you have to mention small p, otherwise capital P, and a small d and a small f. Whenever to give the representation, it is a small d, you can easily identify it is a density function. He is asking the density function. Now we are saying that the fundamental definition for density function. The fundamental definition for density function is fx of x is equal to the derivation we are making with respect to x term. That's why I am writing the d divided by dx of fx of x. This one is the definition and the relation between the density function and distribution function. Now I am writing this one. I am repeating once again. The density function we are defining on a distribution in a small quantity of area. In a small area, how much of elements can be existing on a distribution function is calling density function. The density function we are defining on a distribution function by taking the derivation with respect to x. The function is fx of x is equal to d by dx is fx of x. This function is calling the density function. Here the density function we have representing by a continuous random variable and discrete random variable. Now we are saying that when random variable capital X is discrete random variable, we can representing can representing the density function. That means the probability density function we are representing. The probability density function we are representing fx of x is equal to we can take in the summation notation. The summation notation we are writing I is equal to 1 to n. I is equal to 1 to n. The probability x is equal to xi. X is equal to xi into del of x minus xi. Del of x minus xi. This one is a mathematical representation when I have to consider the random variable is a discrete nature. The density function we are defining, now the random variable is discrete, the probability density function we are defining fx of x is equal to I is equal to 1 to n, probability of x is equal to xi into del of x minus xi. Here you can see that how to getting the del. Del signal means is a impulse representation. Impulse when the random variable is discrete. When the random variable is discrete, the graphical representation for a density function is impulse. Is a impulse. The impulse signal we are defining. So del of for a continuous time signal we are defining the impulse response. The impulse signal definition is del of t is equal to the value is, here I am taking that unit impulse. Unit impulse means its magnitude is 1. That's why I am taking that is a 1. It is 1 where t is equal to 0. T is equal to 0 and remaining all conditions the value is 0. Remaining all conditions the value is 0. This one is a fundamental definition for impulse. It's a step for a unit impulse signal. The magnitude is 1 at t is equal to 0. Remaining conditions the value is 0. Here we are having a relation between the step signal and impulse. Step signal and impulse. We are derivating the step signal. We are obtaining the impulse signal. We are integrating. We can applying the integration to impulse signal. We are obtaining the step signal. I am defining del of t. Del of t can make in the derivation with respect to time. With respect to time, can make in the derivation with respect to time of step signal. We can move in this derivation to left hand side. Then this is integration. Integration of del of t. We can obtain the u of t. This is a fundamental relation between the step signal and impulse. Step signal and impulse. Based on that one, we are having the relation is fx of x is equal to d by dx into fx of x. Here already we know the fx of x. Fx of x. The fx of x we are obtaining in step function. Now we can define the fx of x from this distribution function just using what is the fundamental definition is available when the random variable is discrete. We can substitute. The relation is fx of x is equal to d by dx of fx of x. Fx of x. Here we are consider discrete random variable. Discrete random variable. For discrete random variable, the density function is impulse. The density function is impulse. The graphical representation for a density function is impulse signal. Impulse signal. Now I am defining that is fx of x when random variable x is discrete value. So fx of x is equal to d by dx already we know the formula of fx of x when the random variable is discrete. The value is summation I is equal to 1 to n. So probability of x is equal to xi into u of x minus xi. U of x minus xi. Now we can apply the differentiation with respect to x for each and every term. Each and every term. In this equation, the first term is a probability. It is a probability. The probability is a constant value. It is not a variable. It is not a variable. That's why we are not applying the differentiation to this probability. Now we can take in the differentiation to step signal. We are not applying the differentiation to step signal. Which signal we are obtaining? That one is it. The values are elements as well as its corresponding probabilities. Those are x and probability of capital X. Capital X elements are 0, 1, 2, 3. For 0 heads, 1 head, 2 head and 3 heads, we are obtaining the corresponding probability functions. Corresponding probability functions values. 0, the value is 1 by 8. At 1 is 3 by 8. At 2 the value is 3 by 8. At 3 is 1 by 8. These are the corresponding probabilities. Now you can find its distribution function. The distribution function at 0, at 1, at 2, at 3. At each and every value you need to find the distribution function. What is the distribution function formula? Probability of, we are writing the symbol notation. That one is mx of x is equal to probability of capital X less than or equal to small x. Now you need to find the value at 0. This fx of 0 is equal to probability of capital X less than or equal to 0. Here equal to 0 or less than or equal to 0. But we are consider from 0 values. That's why I am writing that the probability at x is equal to 0. At 0 quantity, the value is 1 by 8. 1 by 8. And now we can take that the distribution function at value 1. We are writing in terms of probability, the probability of capital X less than or equal to 1. Here equal to 1, less to 1, that two values are the probability at x is equal to 0 plus the probability at x is equal to 1. At x is equal to 0, the quantity is 1 by 8. At x is equal to 1, the quantity is 3 by 8. So 1 by 8 plus 3 by 8. The total quantity is 4 by 8. 4 by 8. And next you can find the distribution function at 2. The probability of capital X less than or equal to 2. This can indicate that the probability at x is equal to 0 plus probability x is equal to 1 plus probability x is equal to 2. Already we are finding these all values. Those are available in this table. Those values are 1 by 8 plus 3 by 8 plus 3 by 8 is equal to 7 by 8. 7 by 8. Now we can find the distribution function fx of 3 is equal to probability of capital X less than or equal to 3. Less than or equal to 3 is equal to the probability of x is equal to 0 plus probability of x is equal to 1 plus probability of x is equal to 2 plus probability of x is equal to 3. Here at 0 the value is 1 by 8, at 1 the value is 3 by 8, at 2 the value is 3 by 8, at 3 the value is 1 by 8. Totally the value is 8 divided by 8. 8 divided by 8, the value is 1. Here these all quantities is representing the distribution values, the cumulative distribution values for a given function. The given function is, what is the given function? We are crossing the 3 points. What is the one head appearance having these cumulative distribution values? Now you can flatten these values in a graphical orientation. Graphical orientation. Here, the tossing a coin belongs to discrete random variable. That's why I am representing the graphical representation in a step form. That's why I am representing the random variable in horizontal direction. That one is a capital X, and the distribution function is a fx of x. Now, what are the x values available in table is 0, 1, 2, 3. I am representing on horizontal the 0, 1, 2 and 3. And what are the quantities we are finding? Those quantities are 1 by 8, the 4 by 8, the 7 by 8 and 8 by 8. The 0, the first quantity is I am giving the 1 by 8, and second quantity is 4 by 8, and third quantity, what is the third quantity? 7 by 8, and fourth quantity is 8 by 8. Now I am representing the entire values in a step form. At 0, the quantity is 1 by 8. Here this one is a 0, the quantity is 1 by 8. Up to 0, you are representing step. The step size is, the step is extending up to 1. At 1, the quantity is 4 by 8. This step is extending to up to 2. At 2, the quantity is 7 by 8. The 7 by 8 extending to up to 3. At 3, the quantity is 8 by 8. This one is a graphical representation for our given data. This is a procedure. When how to gain the problems in this model, first of all you need to find what is the corresponding probability for this event occurrence. Then you can find its distribution function based on the fundamental formula for a probability distribution function. The probability distribution function, we are also calling the cumulative distribution function. Here we can making that the cumulation between the values, what are the values can be lying between the ranges. Now we are discussing about density functions. What is the relation between the density function and distribution function? Generally, we are defining that probability density function is a derivative of distribution function. Otherwise, in defining that, the probability density function is defined the derivative function of a probability cumulative distribution function. Probability cumulative distribution function is a fx of x is equal to d fx of x divided by dx. Here we are representing with the suffix is a capital X. I am repeating once again. The density function of a probability is defined that the derivative of probability distribution function with respect to its element, that is called probability density function. Here the probability density function is mainly having 3 properties. Those are, the first property is fx of x is greater than or equal to 0. From this property, we can say that the density function of any event must be equal to 0 or greater than 0. Equal to 0 or greater than 0. You can simply say that the density function is not a negative number. It's not a negative number. Coming to the second property belongs to density function is, we can take in that any interval. Here I am taking that is a minus infinite to plus infinite. This is the fx of x dx, fx of x dx is equal to 1. Is equal to 1. This property says that I have to consider the density in a certain area. The density function in a certain area. Suppose I am taking this entire one is one circular area. In this area, I am having to distribute the more number of elements. These are the elements can be spreading this entire area. These elements, how much of area can be spreading, we can calculating by using the distribution function. Is a property of capital X less than or equal to small x. That one is fx of x, capital Fx of small x. Here, if you are finding the density function, we are taking this some quantity of area. Here I am taking this much of area. How much of elements can be lying? Those elements can be finding by using the density function. That one is fx of x. We can finding the quantity of elements in a certain area in a distribution function is calling density function. But here, according to this property, what are the elements can be lying in this area must be equal to 1. Must be equal to 1. This one is a second property. Coming to the third property, we are writing that the probability of x1 less than capital X less than or equal to x2. One of taking the ranges, the lower value and higher value. In distribution function, we are writing the distribution at higher level minus the distribution at lower level. But in case of density function, we are writing in terms of intervals. The lower limit in bottom side, the higher limit is at highest. We can represent in the density function is fx of x into dx. These three are the important properties in probability density function. Here, the main 1 and 2 properties are essential for any density function. Suppose he is given a function. The function is check. It is a valid density function or not. It's a valid probability density function or not. The validity of a density function, the validity of a probability density function is defining mainly these two properties. Those are the probability density function fx of x, the value is greater than or equal to 0, and the area in a distribution function is belongs to density function must be equal to 1. I am repeating once again. If any function, we can set that the function is a valid probability density function, the function must satisfy these two conditions. The condition one is fx of x is greater than or equal to 0, and the second one is integral minus infinite to plus infinite fx of x into dx is equal to 1. Which function can satisfy these two conditions? The function is said to be a valid probability density function. Distribution. To take a summary is, first of all we are defining the distribution function. What is the fundamental definition for a distribution function? How we can define the distribution function? Distribution function definition we are writing here. After that, what are the properties is available is relating to distribution function. We are discussing the properties of distribution function, and some of the problems belongs to probability distribution function. Next, I said that the probability density function, and essential. Now I am simplifying this equation by moving the differentiation within the summation. That one is summation I is equal to 1 to n. The probability function is a constant. That's why I am writing that as is, and differentiating the step signal with respect to x. the x minus xi. X minus xi. When not applying this differentiation to a step function, it can be changed into impulse function. Impulse function. I am rewriting the equation. I is equal to 1 to n. So probability of x is equal to xi. X is equal to xi. Here this function is replacing with del of x minus xi. The reason is when not applying the differentiation to a step signal, it can be changed into impulse signal. Here that's why I am representing this step function to impulse function, the del of x minus xi. X minus xi. This one is the equation for probability density function when the random variable is discrete. What is its graphical representation? The graphical representation for a probability density function is impulse. Here I am representing that impulse. For a discrete random variable, I am taking that is x. In this direction, I am representing the density function is fx of x. Fx of x. Origin I am representing with 0, and the values I am assigning in horizontal axis. So 1, 2, 3 lines. In vertical direction, we have to representing the density function values. The density function values we are assigning 1, 2, 3 lines. Now the impulse. The impulse can be defining. The impulse function we are defining. It's having the magnitude at a time value is 0. Where I have to take the del of t. I have to take the del of t. I have to consider del of t is equal to. So magnitude is here I am taking that 1. Why? Because I am consider for step is a unit impulse. Unit impulse, its magnitude is 1 and t is equal to 0. T is equal to 0 and 0 for remaining conditions. 0 for remaining conditions. Suppose I am taking the del of t. Del of t minus 1. Del of t minus 1 is equal to, its value is 1. Its value is 1. At here the functional value we are equating to 0. The functional value we are equating to 0 in impulse function. That's why here I am the t minus 1 I am equating to 0, then t is equal to 1. It's having the value is 1 and t is equal to 1. T is equal to 1. Remaining all conditions, the value is 0. The value is 0. That's why I am representing at 1 the value is in assigning in terms of impulse. Here I am giving the 2, 3 and 1. This one is a graphical representation for impulse function. Impulse function. This is a impulse function you can representing when the random variable is discrete. For a here you can consider the probability density function we are representing in graphical orientation is impulse function. Impulse function when the random variable is discrete random variable. Random variable is discrete random variable. The probability density function we are representing in graphical orientation is impulse function. Impulse function. This one is a impulse representation for density function when the random variable is discrete. The random variable is discrete. The properties this belongs to probability density function. The first property properties of probability density function. The first property in probability density function is fx of x greater than or equal to 0. Greater than or equal to 0. Here this property is indicating that the density function value is equal to 0 and more than 0. More than 0. This function is saying that the area in generally the density function we are representing in a bell curve, a bell-shaped curve. We are representing the density function. The first property is indicating that the density function value is equal to 0 and more than 0. Already, this type of property we are also saying in Alexander property. The same thing here you can observe. The value is equal to 0 and more than 0. Coming to second property for a density function is fx of x. Here you can consider the minus infinite to plus infinite. Fx of x into dx is equal to 1. Dx is equal to 1. This property is saying that the area for a probability density function in circle is equal to 1. Based on this one, we are having that any function is said to be valid probability density function. It must be satisfying these two properties. The first one is fx of x greater than or equal to 0, and the second one is integral minus infinite to plus infinite to dx is equal to 1. Which function can satisfy these two properties? We are calling that it is a valid probability density function. The third property is we are taking that two limits is x1 and x2. x1 and x2. The density function is fx of x into dx is equal to probability of x1 less than or equal to capital X less than or equal to x2. Already we are seeing that the fundamental and important property in probability distribution function, that one is probability of x1 less than or equal to capital X less than or equal to x2. We are writing the higher limit distribution function minus lower limit distribution function. Higher limit distribution function minus lower limit distribution function. Now we are saying that how to obtain this one. This is the second property. The second property we are applying that what is the value is a minus infinite to plus infinite. The density function value is 1. The encircled of a density function, the encircled area of a density function is equal to 1. We are applying this property, you can using the relation is fx of x is equal to d by dx. d by dx is fx of x. You can obtain this property. What you can do that? Here this function is differentiating. The function is differentiating. But you can obtain this value by making the function. The function is fx of x. Just you can place in this replacement of this value. We can substituting the limits. What is the integration? From this one we are writing integral fx of x into dx is equal to capital fx of x. For this one, we have to replace this entire function with distribution function. That one is fx of x. Already we know that the integration of a density function is distribution function. But you can apply that the limits. What are the limits we are having in this formula? Is a minus infinite to plus infinite. We can substituting in this distribution function. The limits are minus infinite to plus infinite. minus infinite to plus infinite. Now you can substituting these limits, you can rewriting this function is fx of higher limit is plus infinite minus fx of minus infinite. Just I can do that. My intention is I can prove this property. For this one, I am replacing this function with distribution function. Why I am replacing it with the distribution function? Already we know that the integration of density function is a representation for distribution function. I am writing here. The integration of a density function is representation of distribution function. That's why I am replacing this term with distribution function, but I am substituting the limits in distribution function. The limits are minus infinite to plus infinite. Minus infinite to plus infinite. That's why I am rewriting that with the limit substitution functions. I am writing the fx of plus infinite minus fx of minus infinite. Already we know that the properties belongs to distribution function. According to the property of distribution function, at infinite the value is 1, at minus infinite the value is 0. Finally we got the 1. This one is the second property. Second property, we are verifying that second property. Finally we are proving that we have proved the second property. We have proved the second property. Coming to the third one. What is the third one? Here you can consider the two limitations, the lower limit and higher limit. A random variable is lying between lower limit and higher limit. We can representing in terms of its density function. The density function we are writing. Its limits is x1 to x2 and fx of x into dx. In case of distribution function, we are writing the lower limit and higher limits. We are writing in terms of distribution is fx of x2 minus fx of x1. The fx of x2 we are representing in terms of integrations. This is a higher limit and lower limit. That's why the function we are defining in terms of distribution function. The distribution function, when I have to take in that in the limits is x1 and x2, we are having to take in the representation limits for integration is x1 to x2 fx of x into dx. These three are the very, very important properties in probability density function. I'm repeating once again. If you can check, he is asking that, he is giving one problem. He is asking it is a valid density function or not. We can check it. The given function is valid density function or not. The function must satisfy first two conditions. The first is say fx of x is greater than or equal to 0, and the second one is fx integral minus infinite to plus infinite fx of x into dx is equal to unity. Which function can satisfy these two conditions? We can call it is a valid probability density function.